Get ready for some card-wielding anime battle.
This is our review of Galatune.
Galatune is an action-packed take-that anime battle card game,
where your goal is to play action cards to defeat the other players and be the first to victory.
Each player starts off the game by choosing their champion.
Each champion card will tell the players how many action cards they can have and how many health points they have.
The game is played in phases, and the first phase is the plan phase.
This is where each player will go through their action cards and choose one to play.
The next phase is the action phase.
This is where each player plays their action card simultaneously.
When you play an action card, you'll either be attacking another champion or shielding your champion.
Or it can be a life action or a boost action.
The next phase is the trap phase.
This is where players can play trap cards to try and counteract the action cards that were played.
The last phase is the resolve phase.
This is where you perform all the action and trap cards that were played.
If a player is attacked, they can lose some life points.
If they lose all of their life points, they're done.
But they can respawn.
If a player defeats another player, you gain a victory point.
The first player to get 3 victory points wins. We were given this game by the creator, Adam, so that we could play it and then do this review. So thank you, Adam. My first thought when I looked at the box and then opened it up and looked at all the cards was that it's definitely an anime game. So I'm not really a big anime fan, but I can appreciate the artwork style. And this has some really amazing artwork with it.
I am an anime fan. And I remember looking at the cover of the box. It looked like the older style anime illustrations, just 80s, 90s. So I was a little hesitant as to what the cards might look like. And then once we open the box and we see some of these cards, which, number one, some of them are holographic. Well, all the champions are holographic, so those are really cool. But, you know, the drawings are actually more of your modern anime drawing style, so I really like that.
The rest of the contents are the jewels. So you have the yellow for the victory points, and then you have the red for the life points. And there are a lot more red because each player can have somewhere between 9, 15 hearts that you start off the game with. Whereas the victory points, you only need 3 in the standard game to win. So if you're playing a 5-player game, you don't need as many of the yellow jewels as you do the red jewels.
So we went over the very basics of it, but you know, there's a little bit more mechanics to it. So for example, we only went over down here, but up here has to do with alignments. So one way to think about it is like classes or elements like water and fire and earth and wind and etc.
One of the things about the champion's alignment, whether they're light, dark, unaligned, or war, or mystic, or nature, or tech, is you have to look at the element wheel to see where they are. Some characters can afflict other characters with double the amount of damage depending where they are in the element wheel. And when we were reading the directions, I was like, where's the element wheel? Did we not get it? But it's on the back of the rule book. So I would say that design-wise, that's one thing about this game that I would change, or one kind of the downside of this, is that the only element wheel in the whole box is on the back of the rule book. So I would say that they need to have reference cards or something with the element wheel so that each player can kind of have it at their side and go, yes, that's what that does.
Yeah, because as questions come up, or if you want to remember the phases, you got to be like, oh, hold on. And then but then you got to go like this so that maybe everyone, you know, read like this so that everyone can still kind of see the element wheel.
When you actually get into playing this game, there are so many action cards, and every action card has a different ability. Some of the abilities are similar, but then there are a lot of things that sometimes have specifics, like if this character is holding this weapon, or if you did this action on your last turn, on this turn you can do double this action and do this thing, and it's just like so much to remember while you're playing. It's still a fun game, but there is so much going on that it kind of detracts from it, and I could see where a first-time player may be a little turned off by so much going on.
There was one when we played where Teresa had a champion, and then Teresa got this card that applied, like, you know, basically it's an automatic kill if the champion had that card and then played it on someone else, and she got me. So
I didn't have a problem with that.
Yeah. I'm reading the card and I'm like, all right, you only did like 3 damage. And it's like, nope, if this champion has it, then it does 30 damage. And you're like, oh, well, guess I'm dead.
Still don't have a problem with that.
As we play it more, I'm sure it'll be like, oh, that's a super good card. Like, I gotta be sure to save that. But in the very beginning, we were like, do I shield? now? Or do I attack you? It was just a very uneasiness happening, and then sometimes we forgot about the whole classes where it's like, oh, okay, no, you can't attack me because I'm this. And it's like,
For the turns, everyone plays their action card simultaneously. I still don't know how I feel about that. I prefer games where each player has a turn, and then you strategize, all right, I'm going to take this action, and then when you see what someone else does, then you change your strategy. When everyone's playing simultaneously, a lot can happen. So we had some rounds where it's just like, everybody gang up on Lee, and nothing happened to anybody else, and then Lee died immediately. Or another round where everyone put a shield on, and it's like, okay, well, no one attacked anybody, so everyone just wasted the card.
I kind of liked it. It'd be like when we're playing Hidden Identities and you got to vote. So it'll be like 3, 2, 1, and then everyone votes and you're like, oh, how could you? It's kind of like that, but with attacking. So it's like 3, 2, 1, bam, like.
If Lee didn't mind, he was the one getting attacked most of the time, so obviously that didn't deter him. So
it's always me. I don't even know why. What'd I do? I really like the anime-based theming of it all. Every little champion's a little bit different, and when you start playing more advanced, they have their own little special moves that we didn't really use, but when we play more games, we could probably get there. I like all the unique actions. Everything was kind of fun when you read them, and you're like, here's the meteor of death, or something like that. There were some things that I could say need improvement, so I'm gonna give it a 6.
Overall, I'm gonna give the game a 6. I like the artwork. It was kind of fun. I think if we play it more, that score may go up, but right now I'm gonna give it a 6.
Teresa gives it a 10.
And Juliana gives it a 6 as well. And that was our review of Galatune.
What'd you think? Are you ready to choose your champion and go battle? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you enjoy our content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
And I'm Kenny.